welcome to the channel. My name is Ash and I'm here with a review for Devil Inside Us Roots of Evil on Xbox. Now this released onto the Xbox store on the 25th of January 2024, developed by Mr. Skull Games and published by Cubite Interactive, who were kind enough to send me a copy for this video review. Now, this is a first-person, story-driven horror game, and it originally came out on Steam a few years ago. It's now out on Xbox and other platforms. You play as this priest called Aughust, and he basically goes to this house, and he obviously fights demons, exorcises them, and stuff like that. And he goes to this one house and it's awful, basically. And the game sees you returning to that house 30 years later. You're now in your 70s, you get out of breath easy, you're old, and he's there basically to try and finish the job. Now, this game is quite interesting. I quite liked it. It's a short game, take you at most 2-3 hours to get through. It's pretty straightforward. It has aspects that you'd find in like walking sims where you'd have to like navigate different areas, find keys and items to progress to other areas. But it does also feature a lot of combat in it as well. So in this game, you fight off demons that will appear. There's demons. There's like a giant like devil-like demon. There's demon dogs that come at you at times, and you'll use your cross, which is powered by faith, which is like a reloadable substance, to basically ward off these creatures. Now, later on into the game, you do get like a holy shotgun, which you use your faith to blast your way through the demons, very much a la like Doom and stuff like that. And it's a fun little game. Now, your stamina sucks. Like, you'll run out of stamina pretty quickly, and you'll be like gasping for breath and stuff like that. But obviously, that's the limitations of his body being 74 odd year old. Now, this game does have lots of jump scares in it that are quite good actually as well. I must admit, some of the jump scares did make me go ooh, and like sort of I wasn't expecting them. At times, there's enemies that'll pop out and stuff like that. And there are some scenes though that I will like say there's some like suicide shown on screen. There's like infanticide that's implied, but like it happens, but it's not shown on screen and stuff like that. So just bear that in mind. There are some sort of triggers that you may want to avoid. Obviously, this is a horror game. There's a lot of blood and guts. There's dead bodies hanging up and like spread all over the place and stuff like that. And the story plays out across the game. There's a variety of cutscenes, and there's also like items you can pick up and read about. You know, like in Resident Evils and stuff, you can pick up items and there has some text, stuff like that as well. Now, there's also collectibles to find. Unlocking all these collectibles or finding a certain amount of collectibles gives you like unlimited stamina and unlimited faith. So it does give you a reason to sort of go through the game and find them in order to replay the game a little easier. Now, there's also plenty of ammo and collectibles like pickups in this game that really mean you don't have to worry. So there's health packs to like refill your health. And honestly, I only used about 5 of them in the entire game. I don't think you really ever need to worry too much. And there's obviously more like ammo and stuff like that about, and pills for your stamina. The stamina is probably the one that'll run out the most when you're trying to like sprint around places. But your health and stuff like that, you should be absolutely fine. Now, if you do fail something, like you do happen to be killed, you'll just sort of get restarted at the last auto checkpoint, which isn't very far. Now, this game features really cool atmospheric soundtrack and music. However, there are some sections where it's extremely loud, like it's so loud. So just bear that in mind. Don't wear headphones and have it turned up or anything like that, because it will blow out your eardrums. And graphically, it looks all right. It's dark, it's murky, it does the job. Graphically, everything looks nice, decent standard. There are some sections that are extremely dark in the game, though. Like, it's hard to see. You do get a flashlight later on, which alleviates a lot of these issues. But there are some times where trying to find some of the enemies, and there is one like boss fight in particular where you're fighting like this big giant demon. Apart from its glowing eyes, it's almost impossible to see it. So you spend most of your time just sort of wandering around aimlessly trying to find it, unfortunately. Now, this is very story driven. Like I said, there's lots of sections where it's all about the story over the combat and stuff like that, which is nice. And it does have quite a cool little twist ending that I'll not spoil here. But I highly recommend you check this one out. It's really interesting. It is quite, like I say, dark and disturbing at times, so just bear that in mind. And it's also an easy completion. If you want to just go in this for the completion, you can do it in under an hour and a half. Now, it's playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S consoles, and it's priced at £12.49. So, if you want a cool little first person horror game that actually does what a lot of the other games, these indie sort of horror games, fail to do and they sort of fall down at, I definitely recommend this one because the audio is good, the story's pretty decent. Yeah, there's a few little translation errors here and there, but it doesn't spoil the game. There's voice acting and everything, which is great. So check it out. Really, really decent. Well worth playing. But other than that, guys, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you soon for more gaming content. Bye for now.